All right, so hello everyone, welcome. So it's already 3 p.m. Singaporean time, but we're just going to wait another 5 minutes to let others to join us. So we'll see you guys in another 5 minutes. Thank you.
Haha, business plan.
All right, everyone. So it's already 5 minutes past now. So we're just going to start the session now. So welcome, everyone. If this is your first time meeting us, welcome. We're glad to see you here. And if this is your second time, or maybe more than that, welcome back. We're glad to see you back. So welcome to the second episode of the Halal Tourism 101, episode 2. In this episode, we're going to talk about how to navigate the halal tourism market from understanding travelers all the way to utilizing the GMTI. So a little bit about this webinar. So this webinar is actually the second episode of a series called Halal Tourism 101. We have 5 episodes in that series. So all these series are free and it is created to equip industry professionals, marketers, and educators with a deeper understanding of the Muslim-friendly travel market. So please make sure you follow us on Instagram at CrescentRating.academy to make sure that you don't miss any upcoming episode. So here are some program guidelines. So please feel free to engage in any discussion throughout the webinar to enrich everyone's learning experience. If you have any questions during the webinar, feel free to type the question in the Zoom chat. We will address your question either during the webinar or during the Q&A session at the end of the webinar. So for today's episode, we are joined by Dr. Siti Salwa, who is an assistant professor at the Department of Tourism at International Islamic University, Malaysia. She is currently joining Crescent Rating as a research fellow. She also a member of the Muslim Young Sharia Scholar Association. She is an international speaker in halal tourism, and her current research areas encompass Muslim-friendly tourism all the way to tourist behavior. So without further ado, everyone, please welcome Dr. Siti Salwa. Dr. Salwa, the floor is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon from Malaysia. Thank you very much, Kanya, for that warm introduction. And welcome everyone to Halal Tourism 101 episode 2. I have read that some of you, this is the first time you joined this session. But for those who already joined the second time, I believe that you have listened to Mr. Fazal presentation about understanding about travel, tap into the growing Muslim travel market. And continuing from that topic, basically, it's essential for all of us to understand how to navigate the halal tourism market. And for that, I think that's, you can move next, can you? Fundamentally, I believe that in order for us to actually navigate the halal tourism market, the key important point is to understand Muslim traveler. So in order for us to understand the Muslim traveler, so basically Crescent Rating has to come up with its own framework that I believe that it's helped us understand what is the needs of Muslim traveler. Next. Okay, so here actually, if you have ever seen or if you never seen, after this, I think that you can read in detail about this information, whereby this diagram, okay, basically created by Crescent Rating, and it helps us to understand the faith-based service need for Muslim traveler. As a Muslim, when they travel, what are the things basically they need to be provided in certain places? That's why if you see that from this diagram, it has been categorized into 3. So basically, Crescent Rating categorize the need of Muslim into 3 while they are traveling. First and fundamental is the need to have. So in the destination, whereby need to have halal food services, prayer facility, water-friendly washroom, and no Islamic phobia. So mainly when we travel, even me myself, when travel, if a destination provides this thing, this is the thing that we're looking forward. And second part whereby it's highlighted about thing that's good to have, where it include fasting services and facilities, whereby as a Muslim, since in a year, there is a month whereby all the Muslims are required to fast during that Ramadan. during that month. So it's good to have for this nation to provide this thing. And a part of that, interestingly, in the framework also highlight about local Muslim experience. So it's expected when we're traveling that this thing up good to have. And not only that, social impact activity. It's very much related to nowadays when talking about what sustainability. This is among the important thing. And last but not least, it's nice to have whereby in the framework it's highlighted about no non-alcohol activities and recreational space with the privacy. So if places can provide certain recreational activity that have segregation gender between male and female, that would be interesting. Nice to have that thing. And what mainly I want to focus for today, when we want to talk about navigating halal tourism market, I would like to highlight the first faith-based services needed, which is need to have in the detail. Because this is the thing actually, I believe that while Muslim traveling, they're looking for this thing as main important thing. Okay, next. Okay, the first and foremost, halal food services. By all means, destination or provider should ensuring the availability of halal food option, whether in restaurant or hotel or during the flight. So that's why you can see that there are a lot of initiative that has been done by certain destination or certain provider. An example, you can see that in example here, halal meal offer by all Nippon Airways. So this is among the thing. It shows that how halal food services is important. Not only that, in a restaurant, you can see that other part of the world, example in Bangkok, okay, in a mall itself, whereby when they're Muslim are traveling, so they see that this halal food is available. And we'll talk about halal food. Fundamentally, all food is halal except those are ordained or as non-halal. It is basically there's very limited food that non-halal. Mainly that known is basically avoiding pork and also alcohol in the food preparation. That's a fundamental. It's not really rigid to the extent too many things that's considered as haram basically. Okay, move to the next. Okay, second need to have under the framework is highlighting about the prayer facility. While Muslims are traveling, that they are required to perform 5 times daily prayer. Despite of that, they are actually given opportunity to perform 3 times, whereby they can combine their prayer. Where it requires specific prayer time based on location and date. So that's why prayer facility is important, as this become a second fundamental, we'll talk about pillars of Islam. And as a Muslim, a part of the facility required for the in order for them to perform prayer is basically prayer mats, wudu ablution facilities, and also qibla direction. So this is some of the example where you can see that have where you can see in the airport, Haneda International Airport in Japan, you can see that Convention Exhibition Center, and also in all Trafford Stadium. So they are all basically are available actually to be part of a prayer facility. It doesn't necessarily require to be at a mosque. So interesting thing for us to understand that in order for Muslim to perform prayer, it can be any place that actually basically it could be a stadium, it could be in the convention center, specific places that require. It doesn't necessarily to be specific as a mosque to perform prayer. Okay, move to the next. Okay, this is also a part of the need to have. Basically, if you see the framework early discovery by CrescentRating, water-friendly washroom has been highlighted good as a good to have. But later, when it's seen in it upgraded to be something that need to have. So that's why is in line with the need of Islam, whereby Islam emphasizes on both physical and spiritual cleanliness. And in order to make sure that washroom considered as water friendly, a toilet should be equipped with the facilities such as bidet or handheld bidet shower or small jug or water known as a lota. So if you see that availability of this thing, actually something that actually make Muslim feel comfortable when they are traveling. And I believe that certain place in the world still in the progress of providing this thing. And even I believe that if a destination can provide this thing, it's very much helpful for Muslim to travel. I still remember experience about traveling in China, whereby there is no such facility. It's required for us actually to buy mineral water. Somehow it's lead to difficulty. It's make us somehow want to actually return back to the place. The high chance is decreased. But the moment that some of the people say that some of my friends say even in the Macau, they already place that provide this facility. It's increased the intention for us actually to travel to that place. Okay, part of that, move to the next. Under the needs, okay, need to have is basically no Islamic phobia. Okay, for majority Muslim country, it doesn't really seem as important. But for non-majority Muslim country, no Islamic phobia has become something that need to have. For those who had experience, I believe that traveling for Muslim, those who are traveling in a small group or you are doing backpacker, this thing become a main concern. Rather than if you are traveling in a big group or a travel agency, you may not see this thing as important. That's why I do see that the important that when Crescent Rating highlight no Islamic phobia is something that need to have. Because if a place, an example, okay, put the hijab restriction, niqab restriction, or even ritual slaughtering restriction, this may lead to limit the example ritual slaughter restriction. It may limit the availability of halal food option for the Muslim traveler, and it also indirectly affect the overall perception of religious acceptance and freedom in these places. And there are a lot actually initiatives. Interestingly, if you see that there are a lot of initiatives that have been done actually to overcome this Islamic phobia. Among these things, you may refer to the legal framework to combat anti-Muslim hate in the European Union, whereby interestingly in this legal framework, there is actually highlighting about the importance actually to be more inclusive, giving a freedom of practice the religion. That's interesting. And if you see that even in Canada, there is already guideline, the Canadian guideline to understand and combating Islamic phobia. See, this initiative that have been done by certain organization or certain country actually help Muslim feel more secure and safe while they're traveling. Okay, move to the next. Okay, among the things that are a part of you see that what are the need to have, good to have, nice to have, is very much important for us to understand about the key touch point for Muslim friendly services, where it's highlight about destination looking to make Muslim traveler journey comfortable and seamless, need to implement these faith-based services at the priority of these three priority. Number one, about priority number one, highlighting about transportation, terminal, and accommodation. And priority number two, about destination itself. On top of traveling, we want to go to the certain destination. And priority number three, it's like highlighted about the home, transportation, and terminal. It may include highway, rest area, plane, or railway station, and that thing. Okay, move to the next. Okay, priority number one that I mentioned just now. We'll talk about for accommodation and transportation terminal. Okay, this location serve initial potential to contact Muslim traveler upon the arrival at destination. So the moment that you arrive to destination, it's very much crucial to have a halal food, and it's very much crucial to have water-friendly washroom, and also no Islamic phobia. While prayer facilities can become an important, not as a crucial as other the treating, because as I mentioned earlier, that Muslims are allowed to perform, to combine their prayer. So it seems that it's really important for actually priority number one for accommodation and transport terminal to provide halal food, provide most water-friendly washroom, and also no Islamic phobia. I still remember an experience when my friend shared an experience traveling to Australia. The moment that talking about as a man having a beard, somehow that in the past the Islamic phobia is high. He said that they experienced how to enter the uh, in order to pass by the visa, in order to pass by the passport to get the job, all of a sudden they call for in a room for an interview. Somehow this experience has lead to make us Muslim feel the Islamic phobia is there and feel uncomfortable while traveling. That's why if you see that priority number one is very much important for us to understand that no Islamic phobia is among the crucial thing we'll talk about in transport terminal. Okay, move to the next. Okay, priority number one, we'll talk about the destination itself. So I believe that when we are traveling, for sure, we have intention to travel a certain destination. And when talk about traveling the destination, by all means, all these four things needs to have become crucial. Okay, halal food is there, prayer facilities, water-friendly washroom, and also no Islamic phobia. This actually become crucial because these locations represent the core reason for primary goals behind Muslim traveler to visit a particular destination. Okay, and this involve theme park, museum, or related any business center or specific event venues. And this quality of experience, key location is fundamental because directly its impact whether the traveler's main objective or the journey is successful or comfortable with. So the moment that if destination itself doesn't provide halal food, okay, or failure to provide prayer facility, it indirectly make the traveling become uncomfortable. Okay, move to the next. Okay, priority number three, which is cover home transport and also transport terminal, where we can see here the crucial need to have here is highlighted is halal food and also no Islamic phobia. Because of what you see that Muslim when they actually travel to certain place, by all means they're looking forward for food and safety and security. Okay, so despite of the cruciality of halal food and also Islamic phobia, prayer facility and also water friendly washroom, okay, it's also become an important thing. Okay, so you can see that the accessibility or availability of Muslim friendly amenities throughout these touch points significantly can influence the traveler comfort and convenience and overall ease of navigate of their journey. Okay, move to the next. Okay, this is interesting. For those who are experienced reading GMTI, you can see that this is among the report that basically highlighted about key touch point of Muslim traveler, and you can discovering the highlight and opportunity, where you can see that based on the rank itself. Okay, according to the talking about GMTI has ranked where home, Ocean, Oceanasia, whereby destination marketing, Oceanasia basically has scored the highest score. And talking about visa requirement, I believe that Asia, have access of visa, whereby a lot of places that can travel. Example, Singapore, has listed number one visa that can free visa that can travel to a lot of places. So this actually indirectly contributing to actually talking about opportunity for those who are traveling. And a part of that, talking about transportation terminal, you can see that Asia also has scored among the highest in the GMTI. Okay, and a part of that, I think that it's interesting for us to understand the moment that if you read the report of GMTI, he has ranked all this city based on their level of Muslim friendliness. And a part of that, you can see that not only about faith-based restriction, you can see that providing prayer facility, halal dining, and also interestingly, whereby you can see that in a GMTI report, it also highlight about sustainability among these points. Okay, moving to the next. Okay, this is among the thing whereby how actually provide or how going to actually to identify this Muslim guest. There are two methods, before and during. We'll talk about before travel, whereby the first method, when you see the guest name or nationality. We'll talk about majority Muslim country, example, Saudi Arabia, majority Muslim country like Indonesia, okay, where from that nationality and even the name itself can actually help us to understand that this is actually a Muslim guest, Muslim traveler. And a part of that, by knowing that travel in a family, sometime of talking about a group, okay? Even those who are coming from Saudi, they love to travel in a group. So by all means, you know that the moment that you see the name, you know that, and then they come in the form of similar name. So from there, you can see that they are traveling in a group. So you can identify this guest. Okay. An example, I gave a name, a common name among Muslims, Muhammad, okay, Ahmad, okay. So Noor, that's basically common name used by Muslims. So knowing this give us indicator for us to identify, oh, this is a Muslim guest. Those who actually coming to our hotel is a Muslim guest. So by all means, providing, okay, all this need to have actually is important. Okay, and a part of that, in order for us to identify this Muslim guest is during the travel itself, by to see how the attire of this guest and also how the modesty and preference of these people. Okay, talking about attire, I believe that you're aware that how Muslim women wear hijab, some of male are wearing a kufi. Okay, so this will become an indicator for us to understand, okay, they are Muslim. So in order to welcome these people, then by all means, there's what the need to have, again, good to have, can be part of the thing that will be provided. And a part of the thing, a part of the name, a part of the attire, there is basically greeting or language cues that give us can give us information during the travel. They are Muslim. Example, the keyword that Assalamualaikum, Bismillah, Alhamdulillah, MashaAllah. This is basically a greeting or language that help us to understand they are basically Muslim guys. So it's very easy, basically, how to identify Muslim guests throughout the name, throughout how they travel pattern, throughout their attire, or even throughout their greeting. Okay, move to next. Okay, go in depth as the topic itself mentioned that understanding traveler, okay, utilizing GMTI. So how actually we like to understand it from GMTI? Go to the next. Okay, this is basically among the report highlight in GMTI by comparative analysis between global and Muslim travel arrival. If you see that, if total arrival by region, okay, globally, you can see that most of them actually travel to Europe, okay, followed by Asian and then Americans and African. But if you compare it to Muslim arrival by region, you can see that a lot of people actually travel to Asia. Okay, it's coming from Asia by region. You can see that Muslim are coming from Asia, going to Asian and followed by African and then Europe. This actually analysis has shown that how actually the statistics very much different from one another. Okay, move to the next. Okay, this talking about opportunity in the Muslim travel market. In GMTI report, if you see that, what are the opportunity in the Muslim travel market? Talking about demand driver first, you can see that how youthful dynamics. Okay, whereby talking about targeting the youth and technology savvy for Muslim population is increasing. Okay, and this thing has shown that how the industry should target all this young. Okay, and that not only that, we can see that rising economy of power and only the rising of GDP in the Muslim majorities countries. That a lot of actually Muslim majorities country now due to the improve in their GDP has made them actually increase their opportunity to travel more. Not only that, I believe that this is another opportunity increase about halal awareness, whereby you can see that it's appear in online channel, the website, social media, and halal travel apps, becoming an indicator that this already increase in the demand. And part of that, I believe that now talking about sustainability, by all means, the opportunity of responsible tourism values. Okay, the growing emphasis on sustainability and ethical consideration among Muslim traveler means business should highlight their responsible and practices. Okay, this is talking about the demand. Wow, from the side of supplier drivers, I believe that okay, supplier can see that this is diversification of offering in terms of hidden gem destination, exotic destination, and also providing Muslim-friendly tour package. Okay, now this is an opportunity. Okay, for the supplier. Not only that, from this opportunity, I believe that suppliers can actually enhance the understanding by staff training and targeting more promotion and clear signage, highlighting about you provide Muslim-friendly services in your places. And not only that, a halal tourism ecosystem, whereby I believe that collaboration between stakeholders like halal restaurant, Muslim-friendly hotel, even collaboration between ministry or government sector and stakeholder from many as much as possible can actually create halal tourism ecosystem. And living in this era of technology, leveraging technology, okay? So by all means, supplier can actually provide prayer timing, qibla direction, and nearby halal restaurant easily by utilizing all this technology. Okay, moving to the next. Okay, what are the strategy and economic benefit for Muslim-friendly tourism? I believe that by all this opportunity and even from the first series of this webinar highlighted by Mr. Fazal, whereby develop destination as a Muslim-friendly destination. So integrating halal food option, okay, creating cultural sensitivity environment, providing prayer facility, all these things can make destination appealing to the Muslim traveler. So all these things can actually attract Muslim traveler. And we talk about after developing the open trade opportunity and investment. This has become an opportunity for all the investor to enhance economic tie with the OIC country, okay, and boosting the local and international trades in halal product. As the growth of halal economic not only expand market of local, but also attract foreign investor, okay? And other than that, I can see that what are the strategy and economic benefit is bridging the cultures and foster understanding, whereby promoting interaction between travelers and local can enhance the culture understanding and appreciation. The mutual respect enrich the tourism industry by creating more welcoming, inclusive environment for all travelers. And from there, you can see that it will diversify the tourist arrival, Muslim-friendly, all this Muslim-friendly initiative done by the stakeholder, open destination for a broader spectrum of visitor profile. And all this can help to increase Muslim visitor arrival by meeting the unique needs and also expectation of Muslim traveler, and the destination can increase this its share of a Muslim tourist arrival. Okay, moving to the next. Okay, this is the uplift that's now become in trend and has been discussed among academia. And it also be important for industry to understand this framework. Okay, talking about RIDA framework. Okay, what about RIDA framework, whereby the word RIDA itself, okay, signify the definition of satisfaction, okay, contentment. And from there, you can see that it helped a Muslim traveler to achieve this feeling of contentment, feeling of satisfaction by what? These four components, which are responsible, immersive, digital, and assured. So if you're talking about responsible, from there, in the this RIDA framework, it's emphasized about the sustainability and ethical consideration in tourism, by giving opportunity for social economic, support the local business, talking about fair wages, inclusive inclusive tourism. And also we'll talk about under the responsible, it's also highlight about respect about local custom and also encourage awareness about faith tradition. And also we'll talk about responsible, they also relate to promote sustainability. Talk about responsible is very much relate to the sustainability. So in this RIDA framework, the word R itself, responsible, really very much about sustainability. When I talk about immersive, second component of this framework is highlight about engaging experience to connect the culture and heritage. So from there, you can see that in immersive dimension, whereby it's offer interactive experience like local workshop, guided tours, and it also protect and promote culture side throughout the education and sustainable access. Okay. And third component highlighted about digital dimension, whereby it's leverage the technology for seamless and personalized traveling. So RIDA framework doesn't actually ignore this is the component of digital, whereby it ensures that platforms are accessible to traveler despite of who are you. Okay. And last but not least, the fourth component of RIDA framework highlighting about assurance dimension, talk about quality assurance, maintain the high service standard aligned with the Muslim traveler needs. So the quality of food itself, the quality of halal food itself, and it also implement, okay, safety and security Okay, implement strong physical and digital safety measurement. And by all means, okay, in the RIDA framework is highlight about compliance, uphold the halal friendly certification, and adhere to Muslim travel standard. So this framework basically is a holistic approach to enhance the Muslim traveler experience by integrating all these four dimensions of responsible, immersive, digital, and assurance. I believe that for those who are academia in academic world, okay, you may actually search a lot of articles, even in the current one, okay, 2025, there are few articles basically talk about this RIDA. The current one, I believe that wrote by Dr. Hafiz and also CrescentRating CEO, Mr. Fazal, talking about the article related to an updated model for halal tourism, a review of RIDA by CrescentRating. By reading this, I believe that it helps us understand further detail how this actually framework, okay, can enhance the Muslim traveler experience. Okay, next. Okay, other important framework that I would like to highlight, basically in GMTI report is basically about ATF, Accessible Travel Framework, whereby when we talk about the accessible travel framework itself, it provides us include guideline that inclusive for travel services and recognize the need to diverse travel, including those with disabled and specific culture fit requirement. I believe that 10 years back, okay, well, thought traveling to different destination, domestic or international, seeing the atmosphere of disabled person or old folk traveling is very much something that rare or limited. It's somehow impossible. Even if you have anyone in your family member that disabled, seeing them traveling is something that is really difficult. And even if you see now in the statistic, okay, according to UN, there are actually 1 billion people worldwide live with some form of disability. And despite of that, in tourism sector, 9% of tourism, only 9% of tourism destination provide facility for this ability. So therefore, with this awareness, I believe that demand on this thing, talking about 15% of global population is among disabled. So this framework basically provide guideline for inclusive travel service. And in line with the CrescentRating agenda, whereby you can see that this accessible travel framework is crucial when about developing inclusive service in travel industry, particularly in halal tourism. So it addresses diverse need of travel, including those disabilities and specific cultures, okay, and faith requirement. So that's why if you see that in the foundation of this principle of framework, it's highlight about inclusivity, culture sensitivity, and also universal design, okay, where you can see that it's very important for destination to ensure service and facility are usable by people of all abilities, okay. And it also design facility service like private space or halal food option to respect faith practice. And second layer of this framework highlighting about accessibility of component related to physical accessibility, service accessibility, and also technological accessibility. And the third part whereby it cover on implementation, where it's required for staff training. So comprehensive program to enhance the understanding. So here, it's not just a matter for the industry to understand, but also from all these providers to provide a training for their staff, comprehensive training to enhance their understanding about needs of traveler with disability and Muslim travelers. Okay, including this sensitivity or practical assistance. And a part of that, in terms of implementation, whereby you can see that it's highlight the community engagement, where you can see that involving local community in planning to ensure offering reflect their needs and incorporate feedback for the continuous improvement. And the third part that involves implementation by all means, policy and regulation compliance. So ensuring service complying with accessible and halal assurance standard is very much important. And last but not least, we talk about travel stage. Okay, there are three components there. Pre-trip, where in this framework is highlight about providing accessible information online. It should be available online, offering pre-trip consultation. And on the trip itself, ensuring on-site services, what appear in online should be available there. Okay, including example prayer facilities, halal food, and accessible providing real-time support. And it doesn't end there. In this framework, it's also highlight post-trip travel stage, whereby gathering feedback and continuous services for improvement. Okay, so as overall, I can see that here, in order to ensuring accessibility of all this facility, prayers room, ablution facility is need to have for Muslim traveler. And not only that, is very much related with the framework that highlighted earlier, whereby ATF also highlight is about, but what about when we talk about Muslim friendly, back to understand what Muslim need. So good to have, need to have, good to have, nice to have. That's it's also a part of the thing is very much related to this framework. And with that, I think that's all my presentation. I hope that you can get an overview, and here it helped us, all of us, to understand how to navigate the halal tourism market. Okay, that's all. Back to Kenya.
All right, thank you, Dr. Salwa, for the amazing insights. So now we are going to open the floor for the Q&A sessions. If you have any question, you feel free to use the raise your hand feature, or you can also drop your question in the chat box. We will address as many questions as the time permits. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Anyone, any questions? You can just put it in the chat box, or you can raise your hand. Right, any questions, anyone? Okay, so we do have a questions from Ruiz Ramsey. What is the difference between halal and kosher food? Halal and kosher food. So maybe Dr. Salwa, you want to explain a little bit? Sorry, you're still on mute, Dr. Salwa.
Okay, thank you very much for that question. So basically, we talk about kosher and halal food. Kosher, I believe that is from Jewish, whereby it's highlight a method of slaughtering. And also there is a further detail about halal, where halal for Muslim. But despite of that, as a Muslim, there is whereby part of kosher that as a Muslim can take that. Okay, it just it's a matter of understanding for us. For halal is basically for Muslim, and kosher food is basically for juice. That's all. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, I
Right,
think,
is that
sorry, I would like
okay?
to add a bit more. So yeah, hello everyone. I'm Taufik. I'm the head of research and capacity building at CrescentRating. So yeah, I think one of the requirement of halal itself is actually uh, requires us to present the animals or the food that is slaughtered to Allah, to our God. So therefore, I think in terms of the food preparation itself for Muslims, I think it would be much safer if you are sourcing the ingredients or taking the ingredients which is already certified halal, because it is more universally accepted by Muslims. While the kosher itself, since it's not really following the Islamic method of slaughtering, and then probably, although there are some similarities between halal and also kosher, but I think it would be much better if you are taking the halal certified food to avoid any miscommunications or reluctancy by the Muslims. I hope that answered the question. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Dr. Salwa. Thank you, Taufik. So does that answer the question, Mr. Ruiz Ramsey, or anyone else? Do you have any more questions, or anyone have more questions? Any more questions? Right. So, if anyone have questions, I think we can move into the next part. So, just a couple of reminder before we finish the sessions. You are going to receive a recording link of this webinar, and it will be sent through your email. But please make sure to access it before the link expires, because the link can only be accessible for 3 days. Alongside with the recording link, you're also going to receive a feedback forms in a form of a short questionnaire. If you have any time, please fill the questionnaire, because your feedback is highly valuable to us. So please make sure to check your inbox after the webinar for this important update. And if you have any question, feel free to reach us to us. So thank you for joining our webinar today, and we are looking forward to see you again in the future. Thank you. Goodbye.